we are discussing underfeed stokers. The name itself says that the coal is fed from the bottom, so that's why it is called as underfeed stoker. So here, the structure of the underfeed stoker is just the reverse of overfeed stokers. So in overfeed stoker, we have the raw coal or the fresh coal on the top, whereas here the raw coal or the fresh coal is at the bottom, and in the overfeed stoker the ash bed is at the bottom, whereas in underfeed, so the ash bed is at the top. So the secondary air is allowed at the top of the grate. So when the coal is burnt, it is pushed down by the fresh coal. So that is mm, the fresh coal is pushed on the grate using the ramps. So the ignition occurs downwards again is the primary air flow. So we have two types of underfeed stokers here, single retort and multi-retort. So the single retort consists of a horizontal retort into which the fuel is fed from the hopper and distributed throughout the retort by piston ram movement. So here you can see the one single retort. So that is the horizontal retort. So from the coal hopper, so the coal is fed into this horizontal retort. So using the piston movement, so that is the piston is moving inwards and outwards. So we have the tires placed around the edge of the retort, and through these tires air is supplied to the fuel under pressure from the fan. So under the edge of the retort you have the tires. So you have the tires here. So through these tires air is supplied to the fuel bed under pressure from the fan. So on each side of the retort, some dead plates are placed from which the ash and refuse are removed. Right. So if you see here, you have the ash pits here. So this is the cross section of the single retort you can see here. So the fresh coal is fed here. So okay, so the raw coal, so that is through the tires. You have this tires here, right? So through the tires, so the fresh air is passed on to the retort. So the coal is getting completely burnt. At the end, we have the dead plates. So that dead plates are allowing the burnt coal converted to the ash. So and that powdered ash is collected in the ash pit on both the ends. So this is the cross section of the single retort. So next you have the multi-retort. So here you have a pair of two or more retorts here. So you can see the pair of two or more retorts here. So that is a multi-retort, two or more retorts, 5 to 20 in numbers parallel to each other and separated by a line of tires and pushers. So you have yes, pushers. So in between the retards, you have the tires or the pushers. So pushers are separating these horizontal retards. So the coal is fed from the coal hopper. So the coal flow is taking place in the inclined direction. So during its journey, so that is this piston movement, right, is moving inwards and outwards, so that coal during its journey will getting burnt. So in the furnace, so the completely burnt coal will be converted to the ash, that is the powder form, and collected in the ash pit. So these are the two types of underfeed stokers, single retort and multi-retort underfeed stokers. Whereas in the case of overfeed stokers, we have two types there, traveling grate and the spreader stokers. Then pulverize the coal system. The coal received by the plant from the coal mine is varying in size. It is necessary to make the coal of uniform size before passing the coal into the furnace. So that is the pulverizer mill is taking care of powdering or crushing the large coal boulders into the small uniform size coal stones. The coal received from the coal mine is passed through a preliminary crusher to reduce its size to the allowable unit. So the crushed coal is further passed over the magnetic separator, which removes the pyrites and the trapped iron. So here magnetic separator is removing the pyrites and the trapped iron here. So we have two types of pulverized coal handling system here. One is the unit system, which is consisting of a burner or a group of burners and a pulverizing mill constituting the unit system. So unit system is consisting of here the raw coal burner and the pulverizing mill. So here the hot air or the fire gases are passed through the feeder here to dry the coal. So that is before the coal is passed to the pulverizing mill. So the coal has to be completely dried because coal is the decayed vegetable matter buried under the ground millions of years ago under pressure and heat without having contact with the air, but still it is having some moisture content, so that moisture content has to be completely removed so that the hot air or the fire gas will be passed through this feeder to dry the coal before feeding the coal to the pulverizer. So the pulverized coal is carried from the mill with the help of the primary air fan. So the powdered or the crushed coal will be passed with the help of this primary air current uh, through the short delivery pipe. So here the secondary air, hot air will be passed to the furnace, which helps the burning of this crushed coal. So that's why secondary air is supplied to the burner before entering the fuel into the combustion chamber. So the primary air current will will help the flow of the crushed coal into the furnace, whereas the secondary hot air is helping the combustion process. Next is the central or the bin system. So here we have the centralized pulverizing coal mill we have here. So we have one or more unit pulverizers so connected to the burners here. So here you have uh, uh, one or more burners here. So the fuel is pulverized in the uh, central plant. So and then distributed to the furnace with the help of the high pressure air current. Thank you.